Hi everyone, today's lesson is on analytic geometry. We're going to be focusing on the circle. We're going to be developing the equation of a circle with the center at 0, 0, the origin, with the radius of r, and we're going to do this by applying the formula for length of a line segment. Go ahead, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and let's get started. What do you notice about the circles below? The first thing I notice that they are all centered about the origin, 0, 0. We're going to go ahead and look at the formula for the equation of a circle centered at the origin. So the standard form of an equation of a circle is as follows. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. When we have an equation centered at 0, we're going to sub in the point 0, 0, so the origin for the h and the k. This leaves us with x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals r squared. And if we simplify, we're just going to have x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So these are the two formulas, so standard form and the equation centered at 0. Today we're going to be focusing on the equation where x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay, let's look at our first example. For each circle below, determine the equation of the circle. So for this first example, I would suggest finding a point that lies on the circle. So I'm going to pick the point 3, 4. So we can connect that point to the origin to make our straight line. And if I draw a line down, hitting the x-axis, I have a right triangle. So I can actually use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the length of that radius. So at the bottom I have 3, on the side I have 4. So for the Pythagorean theorem, we know that 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared. In this case, I'm going to call the hypotenuse r. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In this case though, because my 3 is an x and my 4 is a y, I'm going to say that x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So now this is the equation of a circle. Let's go ahead and plug this in. So 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to r squared. So 9 plus 16 is equal to r squared. 25 equals r squared. So r equals 5. So the length of the radius is 5. So putting it all together, the equation is x squared plus y squared equals 25. And that's it. Let's go ahead and look at our next example. So part B of example number 1, again, we're going to determine the equation. So same idea, I can pick a point that is on my circle that is at a nice grid intersection. Watch the scale here, every box is 2. So 2, 4, 6. And 2, 4, 6, 8, and we're looking for the radius. Again, we can use Pythagorean theorem, so 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to r squared, and remember that's also the equation of a circle. So x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So 6 squared plus 8 squared equals r squared. 36 plus 64 equals r squared. 100 is equal to r squared. The square root of 100 is equal to 10. Now just one thing to take note of, when we take the square root, we actually have the positive and the negative values. However, because this is a distance, the negative 10 is inadmissible. So that's why we're just using the positive 10. So then putting it all together, our equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to 100. Okay, let's look at our next example. Determine the equation of the circle with center at 0, 0, and it has a radius of 7. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 7 squared. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 49. Easy peasy, right? Again, we're going to determine the equation of the circle centered at the origin with a radius of 12 this time. So x squared plus y squared equals r squared. X squared plus y squared equals 12 squared. So x squared plus y squared equals 144. That's it. Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's look at our next example. Okay, determine the equation of a circle with the center at 0, 0 and passes through the point 4, 6. So x squared plus y squared is equal to the radius squared. So again, my 4 is the x, 6 is the y, and we're just going to go ahead and plug it in. 4 squared plus 6 squared equals r squared. 16 plus 36 is equal to r squared. So 52 is equal to r squared. So we can figure out r over here. So the equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to 52. And if we take the square root of 52, we can calculate r. So 52 can be broken down into 4 times 13. So then the radius is equal to 2 root 13. Determine the equation of the circle with center at 0, 0 and passes through the point 7, negative 7. And then we're also going to determine the radius. So same idea. So we have x is 7, y is negative 7. X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. 7 squared plus negative 7 squared is equal to r squared. 49 plus 49 is equal to r squared. So 49 and 49 is 98. So our equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to 98. And again, we're going to find the radius. So we're going to take the square root of 98. So 98 can be broken down into the square root of 2 times 49, or in other words, root 2 root 49. So the square root of 49 is 7, and I can't really reduce the square root of 2, so we're just going to leave that as 7 square root 2. And that is it. Determine if the point 8, 11 is on the circle. So the 8 is the x, the 11 is the y, and essentially what we're going to do here is a left side, right side check. So on the left side of the equation, we have x squared plus y squared. On the right side, we have 196. So 8 squared plus 11 squared. So 64 plus 121. And if we add that together, we get 185. So 185 does not equal 96. So therefore, 8, 11 is not a point on the circle. Okay, let's look at our next example. Determine if the point 13, 8 is on the circle centered at the origin and has a diameter of 30. So if the diameter of the circle is 30, that means the radius is 15. So r squared is 15 squared, which is 225. And the 13 is my x, and the 8 is the y. So let's go ahead and do another left side, right side check here. So on the left side, remember we have x squared plus y squared, and on the right side we have r squared. So 13 squared plus 8 squared, and r squared we already said was 15 squared, which was 225. So let's go ahead and figure out what 13 squared plus 8 squared is. 169 plus 64, 233. So again, that does not equal, left side does not equal right side. So therefore, since left side doesn't equal right side, therefore 13, 8 is not a point on the circle. Find the equation of the circle with a radius of 3 root 2. So x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And so if my radius is 3 root 2, I can write this as x squared plus y squared is equal to 3 root 2 squared. Or in other words, I'm squaring both the 3 and the square root 2. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 3 squared and then root 2 squared. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 9 times 2. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 18. Okay, let's take a look at our last example. Find the equation of the circle that passes through the point 6, 7. So that's my x, 6 is x, 7 is y. So x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. 6 squared plus 7 squared, this will give me the value of the r squared. 36 plus 49 is equal to r squared. So r squared is equal to 85. So putting it all together, x squared plus y squared equals 85 is the equation. Here are some questions for you to try. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a great day. Bye-bye.